So come to video number 2 of the super featherweight boxing title history. So finished last time the WBA title, still on that. Sam Serrano on October 16th, 1976. Sam Serrano beats Ben Villafort after 15 rounds on points in San Juan. Then April the 15th, 1977, Sam Serrano wins the 11th round, referee stops the fight, against Alberto Herrera from Ecuador. And that was in Guayaquil, Ecuador. June the 26th, 1977, Sam Serrano wins the points over 12 rounds against Lionel Hernandez from Venezuela. It's in Puerto La Cruz, Venezuela. Then August 27th, 1977, Sam Serrano wins on points over 15 rounds against Apollo Yoshio from San Juan. Then November the 19th, 1977, Sam Serrano wins in the 10th round, referee stops the fight against Tao Ho Kim from Korea in San Juan. And then July the 8th, 1978, Sam Serrano wins over 9 rounds, referee stops the fight against Yong Hoi Oi from Korea. 9 rounds, referee stops the fight. It's in San Juan. Then November the 29th, 1978, Sam Serrano wins over 15 rounds on points against Takas Maruki from Japan in Nagoya, Japan. February the 18th, 1979, Sam Serrano wins on points over 15 rounds against Julio Hernandez from DR, Dominican Republic. And that's in San Juan. 15 rounds point decision for Sam Serrano. April the 14th, 1979, April the 14th, 1979, Sam Serrano wins in the 8th round, referee stopping the fight against Nokasana Magashi from South Africa. It was in Cape Town, South Africa. Then April the 3rd, 1980, Sam Serrano wins in the 13th round, referee stopping the fight against Kiyoshi Kazuma from Japan over 13 rounds. That was in Nara, Japan. Then August the 2nd, 1980, Yasatsune Ihara from Japan wins over 6th round by KO against Sam Serrano in Detroit, Michigan. Then November the 20th, 1980, Yasatsune Ihara wins over 15 rounds on points against Lionel Hernandez in Tokyo, Japan. Then April the 9th, 1981, Sam Serrano wins on points over 12 rounds. So over 15 rounds, Sam Serrano beats Yasatsune Ihara over 15 rounds points decision in Wakayama, Japan. December the 10th, 1981, Sam Serrano wins over 12 rounds, referee stops the fight against Hikara Tomonari from Japan. 12 rounds, referee stops the fight in San Juan. Then June the 5th, 1982, Sam Serrano no contest against over 11 rounds against Benedicto Villablanca from CH, might be Chile. In Santiago, Chile, against Benedicto Villablanca from Chile. So January the 19th, 1983, Roger Mayweather, senior obviously, wins by uncle of Floyd. Roger Mayweather from the US wins by KO over 8 rounds against Sam Serrano in San Juan. April the 20th, 1983. Roger Mayweather wins over 8 rounds. Referee stops the fight against George Alvarado from Puerto Rico in San Juan. August the 17th, 1983. Roger Mayweather wins by KO against Benedicto Villablanca from Chile. Wins by KO in the first round against Benedicto Villablanca from Chile in Las Vegas, Nevada. So February 26th, 1984, Rocky Lockridge wins by KO against Roger Mayweather. It's quite a little club there. Roger Mayweather, I think it's Al Singer, and Sonny Liston all won and lost the title in the first round. A little bit of a trivia thing there. Rocky Lockridge wins by KO in the first round against Roger Mayweather in Beaumont. June the 12th, 1984. Rocky Lockridge wins the 11th round. Referee stops the fight against Tej In Moon from Korea in Anchorage. Then January 27th, 1985, Rocky Lockridge wins in the 6th round. Referee stops the fight against Kamel Bou Ali from Tunisia in Riva di Guardia, Italy. Then May the 16th, 1995, Wilfredo Gomez from Puerto Rico wins on points over 12 rounds against Rocky Lockridge. That's in San Juan. Then May the 24th, 1986, Alfredo Lane from Panama wins. In the 9th round, referee stops the fight against Wilfredo Gomez in San Juan. Then September the 27th, 1986, Brian Mitchell from South Africa wins in the 10th round. Referee stops the fight against Alfredo Lane in Sun City. March 27th, 1987, Brian Mitchell draws with Jose Riviera from Puerto Rico over 15 rounds in San Juan. Then June the 31st, 1987, Brian Mitchell wins over 14 rounds. Referee stops the fight against Francisco Fernandez from Panama in Panama City, Panama. October the 3rd, 1987, Brian Mitchell wins on points over 15 rounds against Daniel Londas from France. And that was in Gravelines, France. December the 19th, 1987, Brian Mitchell wins over 8 rounds. Referee stops the fight against Salvatore Caretti from Italy in Capo di Orlando, Italy. Then April the 26th, 1988, Brian Mitchell wins on points over 12 rounds against Jose Rivera from Puerto Rico in Madrid, Spain. November the 2nd, 1988, I remember this fight. Brian Mitchell wins on points over 15 rounds against Jim McDonald from England, Camden Town, England, in London, England. Then February 10th, 1989, Brian Mitchell wins in the 8th round. Referee stops the fight against Salvatore Bottiglieri from Italy. 8 rounds, referee stops the fight in Capo di Orlando, Italy. July the 2nd, 1989, Brian Mitchell wins by a technical decision against Jackie Beard over 9 rounds. Jackie Beard from the US in Crotone, Italy. September the 28th, 1989, Brian Mitchell wins over 7 rounds. Referee stops the fight against Irvin Mitchell from the US in Lewiston, Maine. Lewiston. And then March the 14th, 1990, Brian Mitchell wins over 12 rounds. Referee stops the fight against Jackie Beard and Grosseto, Italy, that was in. So 10 title fights there for Brian Mitchell. It carries on here. From here, yes, so September the 29th, 1990, Brian Mitchell wins on points over 12 rounds against Frankie Mitchell from the US in Ulster, Italy. Then March the 15th, 1991, Brian Mitchell draws with Tony Lopez from the US, Tony Tiger Lopez in Sacramento, California. For the WBA and IBF titles, Mitchell relinquishes the WBA title to challenge again for the IBF version. The WBA and IBF titles Mitchell relinquished, and the WBA title to challenge again for the IBF version. So, June 28th, 1991, Joey Gamache wins over 10 rounds. Referee stops the fight against Jerry Gobeni from South Africa. 10 rounds, referee stops the fight against him in Lewiston, Maine. Lewiston. For the vacant title, Gamache relinquishes the title because of weight problems. So November the 22nd, 1991, Gennaro Hernandez from the US wins over 9 rounds by retirement against Daniel Londas. That was in Epernay, France, for the vacant title. February 24th, 1992, Gennaro Hernandez wins on points over 12 rounds against Omar Qatari from Venezuela. That's in Los Angeles. Then July 15th, 1992, Gennaro Hernandez wins on points over 12 rounds over Masuki Takeda from Japan in Fukuoka, Japan. July the 15th, 1992, Gennaro Hernandez wins on points over 12 rounds. Just done that one. Start from the beginning. February 24th, 1992, Gennaro Hernandez wins on points over 12 rounds against Omar Qatari from Venezuela in Los Angeles. July the 15th, 1992, Gennaro Hernandez wins on points over 12 rounds against Masuki Takeda from Japan in Fukuoka, Japan. Then November the 20th, 1992, Gennaro Hernandez wins in the 6th round. Referee stops the fight against Yuji Watanabe from Japan in Tokyo, Japan. November the 20th, 1992, Gennaro Hernandez wins. Already done that one. April 26th, 1993, Gennaro Hernandez gets a technical draw in the first round against Raul Perez from Mexico in Los Angeles. October 11th, 1993, Gennaro Hernandez wins on points over 12 rounds against Harold Warren from the US in Inglewood. Then January 31st, 1994, Gennaro Hernandez wins over 8 rounds. Referee stops the fight against George Ramirez from Mexico in Inglewood. Then November the 12th, 1994, Gennaro Hernandez wins on points over 12 rounds against Jimmy Garcia from Colombia in Mexico City, Mexico. August 1995, Hernandez relinquishes the title. October the 21st, 1995, Young-Soo Choi from Korea wins over 10 rounds, referee stops the fight against Victor Hugo Paz from Argentina in Salta, Argentina for the vacant title. Now, January 27th, 1996, Yoon-Soo Choi wins on points over 12 rounds against Yamata Mitani from Japan, Tokyo, Japan. May 11th, 1996, Young-Soo Choi wins over 8 rounds, referee stops the fight in Orlando against Orlando Soto from Panama. Young-Soo Choi from Korea wins over 8 rounds against Orlando Soto from Panama. Then Chichudo, that was in Chichudo, Korea. And then October 13th, 1996, Young-Soo Choi wins on points over 12 rounds against Yamata Mitani. That was in Tokyo, Japan. Mitani, Yamato, he was from Japan. February the 1st, 1997, Young-Soo Choi wins on points over 12 rounds against Lavka Sim. In Seoul, Korea. March 24th, 1997, Young-Soo Choi wins on points over 12 rounds against Koji Matsumoto from Japan. 12 rounds points decision in Suwon, Korea. October the 4th, 1997, Young-Soo Choi draws over 12 rounds against Takanori Hatakayama from Japan in Tokyo, Japan. Then April the 18th, 1998, Young-Soo Choi wins in the 9th round. Referee stops the fight against Gilberto Serrano from Venezuela in Seoul, Korea. Then September 1998, Takanori Hatakayama from Japan wins on points over 12 rounds against Young-Soo Choi from Korea in Tokyo, Japan. Then February the 13th, 1999, Takanori Hatakayama draws over 12 rounds against Sol Duran from Mexico over 12 rounds in Tokyo, Japan. Then June 27th, 1999, Lavka Sim wins in the 5th round. Referee stops the fight against Takanori Hatakayama from Japan in Tokyo, Japan. Then October 31st, 1999, Jong Kwon Beek from South Korea wins on points over 12 rounds against Lavka Sim. That was in Busan, South Korea. Then January 30th, 2000, Jong Kwon Beek draws over 12 rounds against Kwon Chul Choi from South Korea in Pohang, South Korea. So get this right. So go back a little bit. So April the 18th, 1998. Young-Soo Choi wins in 9th round. Referee stops the fight against Gilberto Serrano from Venezuela in Seoul, Korea. February the 13th, 1999, Takanori Hatakayama draws over 12 rounds with Sol Duran from Mexico in Tokyo, Japan. Then June 27th, 1999, Lavka Sim wins in the 5th round. Referee stops the fight against Takanori Hatakayama from Tokyo, Japan. Then October 31st, 1999, Jong Kwon-big from South Korea wins and points over 12 rounds against Lavka Sin in Busan, South Korea. Then June 30th, 2000, Jong Kwon-big draws over 12 rounds against Kwon Choi from South Korea in Pohang, South Korea. Then May the 21st, 2000, Joel Casamoya Mayor from Cuba wins. Referee stops the fight against Jong Kwon-big. That was in Kansas City. September the 16th, 2000, Joel Casamoya from Cuba wins in the 5th round. Referee stops the fight against Radford Beasley from the US in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then January the 6th, 2001, Joel Casamoya wins in the 9th round. Referee stops the fight against Roberto Garcia, Las Vegas, Nevada. Then May the 5th, 2001, Joel Casamoya wins and points over 12 rounds against Edwin Santana from the Dominican Republic in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Then September the 29th, 2001, Joel Casamoya wins in the 8th round. Referee stops the fight against Joe Morales from the US in Miami, Florida to go to the WBC title. WBC title. So February the 15th. 1969, Rene Barentios wins on points over 12 rounds. So over 15 rounds, Rene Barentios wins over 15 rounds. Referee stop 15 rounds, points decision. Start again. WBC title now. February the 15th, 1969, Rene Barentios wins over 15 rounds. Referee stops the fight against Ruben Navarro from the US and Manila, Philippines for the vacant WBC title. Then April the 5th, 1970, Yoshiaki Namata from Japan wins on points over 15 rounds against Rene Barentios in Tokyo, Japan. September the 27th, 1970, Yoshiaki Namata wins in the 5th round by KO against Raul Rojas from the US in Tokyo, Japan. January 3rd, 1971, Yoshiaki Namata wins on points over 15 rounds against Rene Barentios in Shizuoka, Japan. May the 3rd, 1971, Yoshiaki Namata wins over 15 rounds, points decision against Lionel Rose, the Aborigine fighter, cracking little fighter, fighting a bit heavier. He was bantams and feathers. Lionel Rose loses to him over 15 rounds later on in his career there. Australia, and that was in Hiroshima, Japan. October the 10th, 1971, Ricardo Arendo wins over 10 rounds on KO against Yoshiaki Namata in Sendu, Japan. Then January 29th, 1972, Ricardo Arendo wins on points over 15 rounds against Joe Martin from Croatia, and that was in San Jose, 15 rounds point decision. Then April the 22nd, 1972, Ricardo Arendo wins by KO in the 5th round against William Martinez from Nicaragua in Mexico City, Mexico. Then September the 15th, 1972, Ricardo Arendo wins by 12 rounds by KO against Sasumu Akabe from Japan. 12 rounds KO there for Arendo. Tokyo, Japan. Then March the 6th, 1973, Ricardo Arendo wins on points over 15 rounds against Apollo Yoshio from Japan in Fukuoka, Japan. Then September the 1st, 1973, Ricardo Arendo wins in the 6th round. Referee stops the fight against Morito Kashiwaba from Japan in Tokyo, Japan. Then that's where we're going to finish here. February 28th, 1974, Kaniaki Shibata wins over 15 rounds on points against Ricardo Arendo in Tokyo, Japan. End of the second Super Feathers. Bang.